we've kind of talked about, like, I don't know how much baseball we're going to talk this season on the podcast, because I mean, maybe once Maz schools us a little bit on baseball, maybe we'll have a little bit
We're
more.
going to get Maz on every 40 games, which is like every 2 days.
I don't even think that's even like plausible.
I'm kidding. There's just a lot of games in baseball.
Well,
it's like 160 games.
Well, and that's why I say, like, I don't know how much baseball we're going to talk, because there's a game almost every day. But
we'll talk highlights.
So I don't know. With all of that said, like, what are your guys' expectations for the Tigers this year? Like, do you guys have any set expectations for them going through the rest of the season?
I would like them to be better than last season.
That's it.
I just want a decent team. I mean, they didn't go crazy in the off season, right? I mean, we got Baez. That seems to be working so far, and Meadows. I want to be able to enjoy the games. If I go to a Tigers game, I might go to 1 or 2 a year. I don't go to a ton. It's just hard to watch too. It's hard to fit in the whole game. They're not short games. So, but I do love the Tigers, root for the Tigers. I don't know what, I just want to be good. Like, I want them all to be good. So I just want to be better than last season. I want to see some improvement, just like I want to see improvement from the Wings next season and the Pistons. Like, I just want to see improvement, because I think they have a couple years before they're going to be good.
Yeah,
like that good.
I mean, yeah. They're that whole, like, them being better than they were last year. Like, that's a tough task, right? They won 77 games last year.
I know.
So, like, essentially, like, we're basically, like, that's anything better than that. Like, you basically have to be in playoff contention, right?
Well, that would be ideal.
Yeah. I mean, like, my expectations are kind of in line with yours, right? Like, I don't follow them closely enough to be like, this should be easy to get into the playoffs. Because again, I think baseball is, as far as a team sport, is probably the hardest team sport to play.
You know what we should do? I agree with you. I'm just thinking, so we will learn and we can teach. We should pick out like new baseball rules every week. One baseball rule or something that we didn't know about baseball.
Are there that many rules?
I mean, there are a bunch of rules.
I feel like baseball, like,
or we could pull out old Detroit stats, old Tiger stats or something like that. I don't know. Just something to,
I mean, that's why, like, again, I think
Tiger stat of the day.
Having Maz on here is going to, like, help a ton, because I think it'll help the same way, like, having Eric on here helps frame how you look at things.
Right.
Because, like, I want to be able to watch the Tigers as a smart fan, right? And not somebody who's just emotional, right? Like, I want to be able to watch baseball intelligently and, like, have an idea of who's good, who's not, and which matchups the Tigers should have a chance of winning and which ones they don't. John, what about you? What are your kind of expectations for the Tigers this year?
I would like to, in the same vein as the Pistons, the Lions, and all the other sports, I would like to see them pick up where they left off. Obviously, with a 162 game season, there are it's going to take them a little bit to find their rhythm, and I don't think we have Lions. If they win, if they lose, it's a huge thing. So there's one game a week, and then Red Wings, Pistons, they're a little bit more important, but they're probably 2-3 games a week. And then, but I mean, Tigers play like every day, and so if they get off to a slow start, just remember it's a very long season. I actually I went to a lot of games as a kid in Old Tiger Stadium because my mom was actually a stadium nurse there for a number of years. So she got us to, she'd bring us, me and my sister, and we'd go and we'd, not necessarily like the back, but you could tell I could tell I was a little kid, but I could recall that I was where no one else was, like where people aren't kind of supposed to go. So, a lot of fond memories with the Tigers, a lot of fond memories with just baseball in general. And, so I'm gonna be looking forward to it, but yeah, I think just to pick up where they left off, I think like what Scott said, constant improvement, not in a constant improvement, but just, better than last season. Just even as slow as that was, as slow as that may be, because that's kind of one of the reasons why I think Pistons felt like such a letdown, right? It's because their games last season were so entertaining, and by the end they had us so excited. But then, we had this high draft pick, and then we get Cade, and then hopes were so high, and and then it kind of turned out the way it did, and we're kind of left scratching our heads. And we're probably going to touch on this later, but now what? Is we're sort of in this exact same situation. So that was a big letdown. So I just want to not be in that, because post All-Star break, the Tigers led their division. And so that's going to be tough to repeat, but the talent's there, added Meadows, added Baez. So I just think, building off of where they left off. That's what I want from the Lions. It's what I want from all our sports teams.